Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review.
If anything, the Kim family, they're archetypes.
Which is sad, but not always a bad thing.
I'm okay, I have one Zusi on the name.
Let's try that. Let's still try. We want to...
All right, we're back. Feels good to be home. Happy Thursday, everyone. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around. I'm a toy collector, toy collector. I guess I take photographs and reviews sometimes. And you're watching Unboxing Thursdays. If this is your first time here, what do I feel nervous? I haven't been home in a while. If this is your first time here, what I do here every week is I sit down with a fellow collector in the community, open up some toys, and chat about this really cool hobby that we have. And that way it pushes me to unbox things so I can get rid of boxes and make space to buy more toys. What a terrible cycle of doom. But that's what we're here for. And it's just a really cool, fun time. This is episode 111. And hopefully, if you like what's going on, you can stick around to the channel, subscribe. And if you're waiting right now, share this with your friends. Let them know. Really appreciate everyone who shared on IG and all the socials that we're going live tonight. It means a lot because it really helps the channel. If you leave a thumbs up, it tells YouTube that people like this. So it's like a whole rating system. It helps the channel out. Appreciate everyone who does that. Thank you so much. Last week's unboxing, nothing special. It's just me on the road at the hotel. But if you're bored, feel free to go check it out. Tomorrow, the 29th, will be episode 3 of Hunting Around with the very funny Nigel Downer. He's a collector, he's a comedian, he's an actor. It'll premiere tomorrow night here on YouTube at 8 p.m. Eastern, so please feel free to check that out. Join us, it's a live premiere, and subscribe so you get the notification when it comes on. But tonight, we have in the house a very, very special collector that I want to chat with. She's like a huge Star Wars collector. I feel like she has so much toy knowledge that it's crazy sometimes. But we're gonna get into that and what she's into collecting and this whole hobby. You can follow her. She's a streamer as well. You can follow her on YouTube. You can follow her on Instagram and her website, her podcast. This is the one and only Victoria's Cantina. Hey. Oh, you're muted. I do that sometimes.
Happens every time. Hey, Kevin. Hey, everybody. How we doing?
Hey, so good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for inviting me onto your show.
No, it's my pleasure because I see you out there putting out really great content and you got a great collection of toys, and I just thought it'd be a fun time to chat and talk about this hobby, talk about the state of collecting and how how it affects you. That sounds so weird, like it's something psychological, like how the hobby is.
Sure.
For the people who might not know you personally, what kind of stuff do you collect? What are you into?
Yeah, so for those that don't know me, the channel is called Victoria's Cantina. I started it in 2013. And it was just a focus on Star Wars action figures because I have been collecting since 1996, like nonstop for Star Wars.
Oh, wow.
And at that point, I was just like, okay, so I was moving around and I was like, look at all these figures that I have to move back. I've moved like 3 times within the course of a few years. And I was like, maybe I could show these on YouTube and just kind of show some of these older figures that were out, in years past. At that point, there were only a handful of YouTubers doing toys. So it was a good time to get into it and to talk toys. And it was a lot of fun. And from there, it kind of just grew, the socials, right? And then the podcast, Cantina Chatter podcast, it's an extension of the YouTube channel. I then started the Vintage Collection podcast, which is specific to the Star Wars The Vintage Collection. And then I partnered with Collect Jurassic because I'm a big Jurassic fan as well. I collect a lot of dinosaurs. Collect Jurassic is a YouTube
Whoops.
channel that focuses on, there you go, right there, on Jurassic Park dinosaurs. So we created the Collect Jurassic World podcast.
Awesome.
And yeah, and then from there, just like the live streaming, social hour, and coming on to, shows like yours, and writing for different sites. I've written for various collecting sites, like F and Cool, and Jedi News, and Jedi Insider, Jedi Temple Archives, Bantha Skull, Rebel Scum, different sites that geared towards like Star Wars collecting.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and it's kind of just really branched out into like meeting up with different companies and interacting with them during Q&A sessions, and building on some level relationships with some of those companies. And it's a lot of fun. And I think the best part about it is doing things like this and getting to know other people in the community that love collecting, and they're really excited about it and passionate about it. And it's fun. Life is stressful. So, why not augment it with little plastic people that can make us a little bit happier?
Yeah, I mean, I like to look at it as I do this once a week. It's a little bit of, if you have a rough week, rough day, nothing's more satisfying than cracking open a toy, handling some toys. So it's like a weekly unboxing therapy. And it's just, why not share that with somebody else on the other end? We can have a conversation, and we get to share it with people who are watching. And I think that's something special that you do as well. And that's why I want to have this conversation. Like-minded creators and collectors. There's a lot of people in the chat. There's a comment here that I wanted to highlight, because don't take Yoko too seriously. She says welcome, but she also apologizes for everyone in the chat in advance. There's no apology.
Yeah,
The chat's
no
gonna behave.
worries. And I follow Yoko as well. I've been, since she was doing like the Funko, like the boxes and stuff, like doing those. So
Oh,
good stuff.
perfect.
Yeah.
So you do Jurassic, you collect everything dinosaurs that's out?
Well, not everything. I focus on Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, and that goes back to the Kenner days, 1993, when the Jurassic Park toy line came out. It was the greatest. At that point, dinosaur toys weren't that great, and this toy line comes out, and they're so realistic. They look just like the movie. They have real feel skin, dino damage with the guts underneath. It was really like innovative, and so, I mean, I've been buying dinosaurs all my life, though, even before that. And, I still buy like different brands as dinosaurs that aren't toys. Well, there's like Creative Beast Studio. He does like the super articulated like raptors and ceratopsians and T-Rexes. And then I have like the Nanmu, which is another company that does Jurassic inspired designs, but they're a little more, I guess I can show you because I have them right here. They're a little more on the higher, I wouldn't really say high end, but they're a little bit of a higher caliber of collectible than a Mattel item, for example. So they're a lot of fun. And yeah, so that's kind of my focus for dinosaurs. But yes, to answer your question, I do collect a little bit of everything. There's a lot more to it than just dinosaurs and Star Wars, for better or for worse.
And for Star Wars, I see there's a lot of stuff behind you there. I'm assuming, obviously Vintage Collection, Black Series, Hot Toys. Also?
Yeah, yeah, all of it.
You seem almost a little bit ashamed when you said, "Yeah." You're like, no, just embrace it.
Embrace it. Yes, totally.
Embrace
Yeah,
it.
all of it.
Yes,
And more.
and more. All right, that's super cool. Yeah, I just think, what's the percentage of stuff that you open versus keeping on card?
I don't really. The only thing that I keep on card is Star Wars: The Vintage Collection, and I always buy second to open. That's the only thing, because that has the Kenner heritage, that has like the whole like history of the Star Wars toy line like ingrained into it, and it's just like a special thing. It's a classic, timeless look that has been often imitated but never duplicated, and I'm grateful that heritage still exists. And so I collect TVC boxed, and the retro collection too, because it's kind of in that same realm. And I pretty much open everything else. I'm not really like a box collector of anything else. It's just for that. And, I firmly believe in enjoying the toys and, getting them out of their packaging, enjoying them and having fun, taking photos, setting them up on shelves, all that stuff.
Yeah, I completely back that sentiment too. I know. I just want to say thank you for being on. I'm not getting rid of you. I don't think I said it yet officially, but thank you for being on here and spending some time with us. I want to say thank you to everyone in the chat. I'm a little bit behind, but I appreciate you all being here, especially the channel members. I see High School Creations here. Congrats on the 1,000 subs today on YouTube. So props to you, Mike. Can't wait to see you, man. And Mike, the enablers will be on next week's episode of Unboxing. I have links for all of Victoria's Cantina things, Instagram, YouTube in the description. So I see some comments earlier that you subscribed. Appreciate that. That's super cool. Check out the content. Leave a thumbs up on the video here and just follow along. And we can just get to some toys. Do you have some stuff to open tonight? Or is everything
I do have one thing to open tonight, yes.
Sweet. I have a few. I just came back from New Jersey. Why did I forget? And I got this dude. And I know
Nice.
you're a Jurassic collector. He's awesome. But I got this Fortnite man cake.
That's so fun.
Yeah, for the people following along who've been here for a long time, know the buttery themed goodness of this channel, and he's got sticks of butter all over, so he will be opened. And of course, because you're here, I have so many vintage collection. I'm not going to open all of them, but people in the chat can decide
Nice.
what should we go with. This is the only thing I got on Prime Day here in Canada. It wasn't anything crazy. I got one of these Purge Troopers from Toys R Us, and you'll see me grab this on tomorrow's episode. So make sure you're tuned in. And a whole stack of vintage collection. I can't even list it because that would be all of our time. Geek Effect, what's up? Says just followed and subscribed. Looking forward to checking out the content.
Thank you.
Super awesome. You're in California, right? You just went to San Diego Comic-Con?
Yeah, I live in San Diego, so it's convenient for me. It's just a 15-minute drive.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. For someone like me who hasn't been, how was it for you this year? I'm assuming you've been before?
Mm-hmm.
How much
Yeah.
different was it this year than previous years? And what's some of the highlights for you?
Yeah, for sure. So this year they were requiring masks, so that was a first. This is the first Comic-Con main event they've had in 3 years. 2019 was the last one, and I bought my ticket for this event, I think late 2019. So I was holding on to it for a long time. I would say that Comic-Con can be really brutal because there's so many people that are in attendance, and it can take 10 minutes to walk 10 yards, because just depending on what's going on and how many people are in there. This year wasn't quite as bad. It was still crowded. There were still a lot of people, but it wasn't quite as bad. It was a little disorganized because they were doing health checks to make sure you were vaccinated or tested, and
Right.
that part was a little not very well organized. But I mean, once you got in, it was great. Getting to see YouTubers that I've been talking to and seeing at the shows for a long time, and getting to talk to the different companies, and getting to buy a few things. I would say highlights. Probably this time I did a Jurassic Park panel. I don't always do panels. It just depends because I'm always looking at all the booths and all the merchandise and taking pictures and talking to people and stuff. But this time I did see a Jurassic Park panel. That was it was behind the scenes, the pre-production, storyboarding, all that stuff, the people that were involved in that process, creating the different set designs, and so that was a really interesting thing to see.
That's super cool. What was your favorite toy pickup from SDCC?
It'd have to be the Mattel Creations Hammond Collection Outhouse Chaos set.
Which you just reviewed, right, on your channel?
Yes.
I remember seeing on your Twitter, you're like, I didn't expect to be talking about toilets this extensively ever, like in your YouTube career, but it's there, which is cool. I hope to get out there one day. There's a lot of cool reveals this year for Star Wars. There's a lot of Star Wars talk on your channel, and one of the things I find fascinating is like someone mentions a toy from a previous year. You're like 2001, 1999, or something like that. You mentioned you got in at, was it 96? You said?
Yeah, that's when I like became like a serious collector, so to speak. I guess I was a kid, but I was very like, I mean, but I was always like that. Even when like Jurassic Park came out in '93, I mean, I was little, but I still kept the boxes and I still have them to this day. You know, the dinosaurs came in, so I was always one of those kids who wasn't rough. I would like take a toy and I would like take care of it. I'd like put it on the shelf. I'd admire it, but I wouldn't like take it outside and stick it in the mud, kind of thing.
So when grown-ups say like, oh my gosh, if I still had that toy, it'd be worth so much money. And then someone always says, well, how would I know when I was a kid? I just wanted to play with it. But then you're like, this is going to be worth money or something one day. I want to cherish it. Keep the boxes.
Yeah, I did lose a lot of stuff along the way from what before that, but I still have a lot of it though.
That's awesome. Because I've seen on your IG, you posted some old photos. You're like, I don't know, I've probably like someone talking sideways or like talking smack. You're like, I'm not a new collector. Like, not that I need to prove anything, but look at these old photos of all of my old toys. And I remember they were all boxes.
Yeah, they were in their boxes. Yeah, and see, that's you know, just part of the thing, you know. And it's not just me. I know other female collectors get this kind of thing every now and then. You know, not always taken seriously. So, you know, that does happen, but it is what it is. You learn to deal with it over time.
That's what that's one of the things I saw here on your IG page, the hashtag girls like toys too. I think it's cool that it's on there. And like you said, like why wouldn't there be female collectors? It's just maybe we haven't seen more of them or enough of them, or just overwhelmingly I don't know, not as many people out there doing it, but there are a lot. And why wouldn't there be legitimate female collectors? So
Yeah.
you know, I think it's great what you're doing, and you're getting like working with companies. I know you have reveals with Hasbro for Star Wars, so I think that's huge. So you know, that's super cool what you're doing.
Thank
But
you.
while you were in San Diego, I was in New Jersey, kind of doing the same thing, buying toys, meeting up with internet friends. I did find this.
All right.
Can you tell me what line this is from? Because I bought it, obviously, because this was recently brought back in Kenobi, and I saw this in a comic shop. This was $10 in a loose bin. I'm like, okay. We drove all the way here. My friend Dario and I drove all the way out. I'm like, all right, I got to get something. You know, the sculpt on this has really nice detail. I'm pretty sure this lights up, but I've never seen this before.
Yeah, it's definitely not a common thing you see very often.
1999 Hasbro. Oh, damn, I just gave it away. Never mind.
Yeah, they didn't make very many of those. It's cool. Yeah, you're right though. Good sculpt. The communicator is nice. That's not really something they've done since then. So yeah, it's cool.
It's like 1-to-1 scale. You could see, you know, role play piece like this. There's a light here, I think, and some buttons. Really cool piece that I found.
You could put anybody on it. You could put, they made the holographic Emperor, put him on there, execute Order 66. Like, you do whatever you want.
Do you think, did he send a mass email to everyone, or did every clone leader get a personalized message? Because Cody got a personalized. He's like, Commander Cody. No, that's Watto. Damn it. No, I couldn't do that one. But he says, Commander Cody, execute Order 66. Does he then go, all right, I'm going down a list, or are they pre-recorded? What do you think? Was it a mass group text?
It's no surprise that I've thought about this.
No, but that's why I'm asking you. I know you've, covered these kind of topics.
Yeah. It's possible too. He pre-recorded every clone's name. That way, when it was time to execute Order 66, they just all went out like early, like when you set up an email to go out like at a certain time. Could have been something like that. I think it was I'm leaning towards mass email type thing because I mean, how many clone commanders were there? Probably into the hundreds. I'm just guessing. So that would take him a while, like to say it over and over and over and over. And you got to think, like, would the president of the United States say that to like every like important like person, that would have to execute a certain like command or something? I don't know. I'm just assuming here. So I would think it maybe went out once and everybody got the message.
Okay. So I hadn't thought of that. Maybe he pre-recorded a lot of words, and then so somewhere there's like a GPS system that you could use with Palpatine's voice, because he's like pre-recorded every word with his voice, and he could just send it out, like turn left over here, that kind of thing, or some sort of Alexa device. I like that. I like that idea. This is why I like talking with not just Star Wars collectors, but fans, because like it gets into the crazy stuff that you don't see in the movie, and nobody would really spend time thinking about. Like, why would you think about this? All right, I'm gonna get my knife. What is the thing that you have to open tonight?
So for tonight, this just came in, and I'm really excited because I really loved the character. But I have this Black Series Cobb Vanth.
Ooh.
And this is one I was really, really, really excited about. And I thought this was a good opportunity to take him out of the package. He looks great. He looks great so far.
So far. Torensu says I should just do my Borat voice for everything. Would that work? Execute order. I can't do it. I'll practice it and I'll have it for you guys next week. That's a great figure. The Walmart exclusive Black Series Purge Trooper went up for pre-order last week, but they started hitting some Walmarts here in Canada. So I used my little stock tracking site, and I found a store. I drove out. They said they had 6, and the lady checked it on the computer, the little handheld thing. Says they have 6 on the floor, nothing on the in the back. Couldn't find it. First lady went to the back, actually. She was super nice. She helped me look. Wasn't anything there. Second lady, same thing, looked. Nothing there. And she was like, these just came in last night. They should be out on the floor. So there are 6 somewhere in that store that I drove out for, but I couldn't get it.
Yeah, that's always frustrating.
But they had a one jack, the other exclusive, but I'll hold off on him. They had the vintage collection Stormtrooper in that box that you have there. I think he comes with, is it the E-Web that he has, or is it just a generic?
Yeah, the E-Web. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was going to grab him as a consolation, but they said $32. So I'm like, I'm going to pass. 32 Canadian dollars.
I don't think that's hit in the US yet.
Oh, any of those?
Not the Stormtrooper with the E-Web. The other two, like this one right here, the Incinerator Trooper just came out. The Ahsoka came out a while back. Yeah, and I think the online, at least, the Stormtrooper is with E-Web is set back to September. I think it got pushed back. So,
oh really?
I haven't seen any like in-person Walmart finds yet.
Dang, I should have bought it.
You should have bought it.
Jason, what's up? Says 2 of my favorite people.
Hey, Jason.
There's a third person here, Jason? It's just us 2, man. What's going on? he can't possibly mean me. Yeah, somebody hid them for sure. My daughter was like, or somebody stole them. She's 6, and she thought that herself. And the
Yeah, it could be.
store lady didn't disagree. She looked at me. She's like, "That's possible." Like, don't tell that to a 6-year-old. It's not okay. Courtney just got the Ahsoka. Yeah, I'm waiting to find that one. It might be too late. I didn't find anything new in my US trip. I got the Hammond collection. Ian Malcolm from Target is on clearance for like $3. And a Velociraptor. That's about it.
Fun. That's a good one.
All right, I'm gonna get to opening this man cake. But let's talk. Something like this. A 1-to-1 scale role play. I saw a video on your channel talking about HasLabs and unfortunate ending to the Reva lightsaber.
Yeah. I think that was the episode, most recent episode of Cantina Chatter podcast. Does HasLab have a Star Wars problem? And yeah, it's too bad. I'm not really shocked though. I mean, it was kind of a curious choice for a HasLab. It's, a character that nobody knew at the time, a character that hadn't had an opportunity for people to really like her, so it's I think had they waited on something like that, maybe it'd have a better chance later. But when I talked to Hasbro on Saturday at Comic-Con, they made a really good point. They said HasLab is for dream projects, and dream projects are things that you think about, like a dream house, right? It's like it has everything you want. It's the thing you've been thinking about for years, and like this kind of a lightsaber doesn't really line up with that. So I hope that they do more Black Series and more role play HasLabs, but I think they need to focus on making sure they're things that people have been asking for, things that are
Are actually dreaming for.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because you made a good point. A lot of the dream items, if you go by that motto, and that's their driving factor, a dream project that probably wouldn't make it to shelves. So let's get people who would dream this up and fund it and back it.
Mhm.
Some of the stuff wouldn't really work in scale, I guess. Like you listed a whole bunch of stuff. You're like, it's already been done, or redo this. But if we wanted it in Black Series scale, it would just be a stupid size. The TIE Fighter was, on clearance. The First Order TIE Fighter was on clearance for a while. So it seems like 1/18th scale is the safest bet. And even then, Sail Barge and the Razor Crest was like just barely crossing the finish line, right?
Yeah, the Sail Barge, very first HasLab, it looked like it wasn't going to fund until like just days and weeks before, and thankfully it did fund. But it was a brand new concept. HasLab was something that hadn't been tested. I think if they would have done that later, probably would have funded quicker and sold more, because the demand for the Sail Barge they're selling for $3,000 now. And the Razor Crest was the opposite. It funded right away. It was a matter of days. And I think in total it was like 27,000 units that they ended up.
Oh, that's right.
Getting funded. So, and that had the benefit too of being like a really big, cool ship that tied into current media with the Mandalorian. So I think that there's kind of two sort of dynamics with HasLab. They can take that approach, something that's really resonating with people, or something that's a little more historical, like the Sail Barge, that it's been more of a pipe dream for a long time. And I think things like the Death Star would fit that, things like the Cantina would fit that. And yeah, they need to be things that are feasible, because like you said, the TIE Fighter, it's a cool piece, but I don't even have it on display because it just takes up too much of my limited space.
It's just awkward too.
It is, yeah, and even X-wings, like even the 3 3/4 inch scale X-wings are awkward because of the shape. They just take up a lot of space. So yeah,
Like
there you go.
this one here, stand it up.
Yeah, it's like it's upside down kind of. Um, so yeah, I think a few things that Hasbro needs to keep in mind when they're considering HasLabs. Just kind of make them dream projects, but also things that people can actually accommodate in their homes. Because like I'm thinking of like a 6 scale AT-AT. That'd be like an 8 foot AT-AT. Who has room for an 8 foot AT-AT? Like
Yeah, innocence. Oh, he said 112 scale AT&T, the service provider. No, I'm just kidding. Bring back, you know what? Omega Weapon 13, hashtag bring back the Rancor. I'm down. Like, it was close. It was close. Was anyone really dreaming for a Reva lightsaber yet? Like you mentioned, not knowing the character at all. I find that um, hard to believe. But they probably have all these things pre-planned, and then just saw a spot like, oh, Kenobi's out right now. Let's try to do it then and ride the wave of that.
right, exactly.
Yeah, they don't just come up with stuff on the spot. Maybe, I don't know, maybe. But I think what's cool is that like we're both Star Wars collectors and we love Star Wars, that even if there's like certain misses here and there in the line, we're still like, okay, that we can just wait it out. Something good will come along, and like we don't have to go trashing the line. There are people who are turned off by certain things, and they're like, I don't want to collect this anymore, and that's cool. That's everyone's own choice. But I think just with the love of the brand, like the Star Wars franchise, that we're just cool with waiting it out.
Hmm.
Do you like those? Do you like those Halloween figures that were revealed?
Yeah, I'd buy them just because they're different.
Yeah.
The Christmas ones, right? The holiday ones that they did a couple years ago. I was like, I saw those. I'm like, I'm not gonna buy those. Like, I gotta draw the line somewhere. I'm not gonna buy them. They started like coming out, and then I started seeing like pictures online. I started like seeing them in stores, and I ended up buying all of them. So
Yes.
yeah, the Halloween ones, I'll totally go after those too.
Exactly. I want the same thing. I have the Christmas ones on my mantle in the fireplace. My wife wasn't too happy about that. She's like, you put them up in front of the picture of the kids?" I'm like, there are other pictures. You can still see the kids. The kids are right there, but like these are Star Wars figures. But Halloween ones, I think, are just as fun, and I'm sure there are people out there who look at it and like, what is this garbage? And I don't want this. It's like, okay, you don't want this, but somebody else does. We're having so much fun with it. Do you think the Were Wookiee is a Wookiee dressing up as a werewolf? Has he turned, or is he a human in a costume? Because he's got like hands underneath.
It could be a Wookiee with rabies.
I don't think I don't know if they can market that one very well.
That's the best I got on that. Yeah, Wookiee's already pretty scary.
Mhm.
Chrysanthemum, right? Chewie at times in Solo, he was pretty scary. So I don't think it needs to be a were-Wookiee to be scary, but maybe it crash landed on Earth and it just decided to participate in this holiday that people partake in called Halloween. Is like, oh, that's cool. What can I do? Oh, werewolves. I kind of look like a werewolf. Let me get some ears, and then there you go.
Imagine being an alien landing on this planet on Halloween, and then the next day everyone was just normal, like all of their clothes changed. Like where are all the vampires? Just saw like 11 of them last night, and everyone's back to normal. I've
Yeah,
never
that'd be
thought of it
weird.
that way. Yeah, but the holiday ones, I'm really digging those. Chrysanthemum, I don't know if you've got the publishing one yet. I think that's one where I
No, I
want
passed on
like a
that one.
remake. Yeah, I want to see like a more show accurate one, more bulky and a lot of more graying fur. Do they have fur? Hair, fur. I don't know. I'd like to see that one. I think it was a pipeline also, right?
Hmm.
Jason says credit and holiday Black Series line is free, but I guess it sells. I wonder how long can you those expressions. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it sells, because people are like, I hadn't. Was that in? I've only seen ET when it first came out, and I don't think I spoke English then. People in the chat criticizing me. The heck was I saying? All right, I'm gonna open this man cake. Do you dabble in other lines outside of, well, not lines, but like properties outside of Star Wars?
Yeah, yeah. Other than Star Wars and Jurassic, I do collect Marvel Legends. I don't collect all of them. I used to be more serious into Marvel Legends, and then I had to, you know, I said, hey, I got to rein it in a little bit. So, I don't collect. I collect the X-Men, like the '90s X-Men, like you have there on the shelf. Like I collect those. Some of the Spider-Man stuff, yeah, like the retro Spider-Man. Some of the MCU stuff I still collect. Batman, I do Batman. So I have not McFarlane Batman, but I do other Batman, and I have other from when I was a kid, like the Dark Knight collection that Kenner did. You know, the 80s and 90s stuff, and some of the like the Mayfax. I got some of those for like the Dark Knight trilogy. So yeah, and then there's a lot of odds and ends too. I have like Kenner Swamp Thing, which, you know, is one of the greatest toy lines ever. It's one of the lesser known toy lines, but it's a fantastic toy line. And yeah, there's just so much stuff. And I mean, the thing about toys is that they're fun, they're imaginative, and they're kind of just like something that you can inject a little bit of your own creativity and personality into. If it's displays, toy photography, you know, just talking about them. And I think that's what's great about their appeal. And, you know, there's a lot of fun, and I'm drawn to so many of them. But yeah, I'm digging everything that I've collected, and continue to find myself collecting.
It's tough, and you do have to draw a line. When this stream is done, I'm gonna stay in this room and continue my pile of stuff that I need to sell. You know, things that I bought out of FOMO or just like the hype at the time, impulse buys. I don't remember you saying Dan Yun 5 times, but here he is. He has been summoned in the chat. I
Hey,
saw
Dan.
you met him over at SDCC. What's up,
Yeah,
Dan?
I did. Here, and I'm gonna prove I have Marvel Legends right here. So I just got her recently. She's freaking fantastic. I love
Oh,
this
she looks
figure.
so good. Did you get?
She's like one of my favorites. There you go. I got her too, without the helmeted head.
Yeah, I was trying it on, but they both look solid. Both of the head sculpts.
Yeah, it's just like the stuff Hasbro's doing with likenesses, like it's beyond what anybody else is doing at this scale. You know, Figure Arts was like that company for a long time, or Bandai more specifically, and then Mayfax was kind of adapted what they were doing. But for the value, like, you know, nobody's getting close to what Hasbro is doing at this scale. Mattel couldn't do it. You know, they did 6-inch and 6.5-inch stuff for a long time, and McFarlane's doing it now, and you know, there's all these other companies. NECA does a good job, but you know, they're more like little statues with, you know, joints that maybe won't work. But you know, I definitely like, you know, Hasbro's got it dialed in. Whether it's Power Rangers, Ghostbusters, Marvel, Black Series, Vintage Collection, like the likenesses are just like on a whole other level. So that's really awesome to see.
As a collector that, you know, such as yourself, who's been collecting for so long, have you wanted a figure of yourself in that time?
No, not really. I don't know. I don't think I'd want a figure of myself. I mean, if like I wouldn't actively seek it, I guess is what I mean. I wouldn't pursue a figure of myself.
Because they're doing the face scanning for selfie series. Blanking out for a second. because you're talking about likenesses and whatnot. Did you get a chance to see those products over on display at SDCC?
Yeah, not really my. I mean, it's cool, and I can see it being like a great gift for somebody that's a big toy collector, and or somebody that just really is wants that recreation of them as a stormtrooper or as a Mandalorian or whatever it is. But yeah, I think I'll stick to buying characters or figures of other people and other stuff.
Chamba says, bang for the buck, they got you covered there. There are a lot of times where, Mafex is like, oh, we're going to have this character from Marvel coming out. And I'm like, okay, $30 Marvel Legends or $130 to $150 by the time it arrives in Canada with duty. That's Canadian dollars. So like, I don't know, like 120 US for Mafex. I don't see the value in like $100 jump there for like, I understand the differences, but for me, the value isn't there. And there are a lot of times where that's happened. And I'm like, I'm good with my Legends. Like this will do. It's pretty great.
Yeah. I mean, especially with like the pinless joints and, just all the innovations they've been making, the butterfly joints, like, yeah, there's less need for some of those other brands. If you're more of a casual collector, like the Mayfax and like the Figuarts, all that stuff used to be like $50, and now it's like, yeah, it's like 100 or more. So, and then when you consider the quality that you can get of similar products from Hasbro, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense to make that leap into something like that.
Jason says Star Wars is greater than children, greater than Santa, greater than Jesus on my mantle. I don't have a photo of Jesus on my mantle. I have a photo of Kenobi. I don't have a photo of Jesus. I have Episode 2, Ewan McGregor. All right, this is the man cake from Fortnite.
Nice.
He has clear plastic syrup dripping down for his face on a stack of pancakes. Oh my god.
It's good.
This is ridiculous.
It is, and that's why those are so fun. I don't collect those personally, but because again, I got to draw the line somewhere, but they're great. Like they're just so much fun.
Some drippy drip on top. Someone mentioned in the chat earlier, did I see the 1/18th? I haven't seen it in person. I hit like 5 or 6 targets in the US and I didn't see any of them, but I've seen photos and I would definitely buy more of those. This one, I would buy more too. If I could just sell all of these cannons that it comes with.
The cannons are cool.
You like the cannons?
I do. Yeah, I like the cannons.
Well, I made a deal with someone for this one, but if I army build these, I'll know who to hit up.
All right.
It comes with a bag with a dollar sign, classic, with but it's actually pancakes inside. Why do I keep showing the box all the time? This is an unboxing show. I'm an amateur. Okay, so I made a deal with someone for this thing. They can grab that later. Loki says amen to Space Jesus. Absolutely. I'm not putting the canon together. You guys. It was really cool because the Legends team shouted out this channel and some of the people on here, and in a small way I felt like I was there with everybody at San Diego. Even though Ryan kind of took a dig at me and my building skills. That's why the chat wants me to put the canon together. All right. HasLab, what kind of stuff do you think is missing in your collection that would be HasLab worthy?
So I always go to the vintage collection because, that's where I've got hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of Star Wars figures. And, the sail barge was great because a lot of those Jabba's palace aliens and characters now had a home to go into. The Razor Crest, you can populate that with your Mandalorian figures inside and out. I got a ton of Cantina aliens. I've got a ton of Imperial officers, stormtroopers, Death Star gunners, TIE fighter pilots, and they need a place to go. There is a plastic cantina or cardboard cantina that Hasbro did in the late 90s, and it's decent, but it's just a cardboard 3D foldable diorama, and it's been over 20 years now, and it's time to upgrade it. So my mind always goes to those two things. Black Series, I don't know that I would personally need a HasLab from Black Series, but I do like the idea that I've seen thrown around lately of like a Jedi Starfighter. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Lost my cursor for a second, but yeah, I would be down for that. Jedi fighter, any kind of the more compact ships. I think on your stream you mentioned maybe like a portion of the Death Star for 1/12 scale, because I think, who was it that did it before? The modular walls,
Space walls. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and something,
they're
something like
good.
that.
They're good. I have those for 1/18 scale, but yeah. So the Death Star is a complicated one. And my friend Chris from banthaskull.com, which great Star Wars collecting website and resource. He's made the case that if you do a Death Star, what is that? Is it like a round spherical Death Star with foldable rooms? Is it like just sections of the interior of the Death Star? Is it like a hangar? Is it like the throne room where Luke and Vader and the Emperor are together? Is it the conference room? Is it the trash compactor? Like whatever. When you ask different people what the Death Star should look like as a HasLab, you get different answers. So
true.
I can see how that can be a challenge for Hasbro to want to figure out the logistics of. So that was what that conversation was about, is what would the Death Star look like? Would it look like the Death Star? Would it just be like more like the Tana V4 playset from a couple years ago?
I hadn't thought of that when people think about it, they just different scenes, different rooms that stuck with them. So they'd want something different. Yeah, because a giant one obviously isn't feasible, but there's a few key rooms, maybe like the detention. Did you mention the detention room with Leia and the hallway and Han
Right.
and the communication area?
Yeah,
so
the
those
red
are all,
room.
those are, that's tough. But either way, I think I'm assuming you got the Jabba's Palace 3 3/4
Yes, I did pre-order that.
on order, yeah. So that feels like it would have been a cool HasLab, but is running at the same time.
It looks like there's evidence that suggests it was a HasLab, because in Australia the pre-order said that this will only go into production if it gets funded, is what the official images said. So it looks like it was intended to be a HasLab at one point, but then they changed their mind.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you find that stuff interesting? Like you also you did an interview with the marketing people. Do you ever look at some of the planning and the, something like that, and you wonder, was that the case? Was that like maybe a fail-safe behind the lightsaber? Does that stuff interest you to think about, or you're just like, that's just extra information?
It does. I mean, we can speculate all day about different aspects of this hobby, and ultimately we're not always going to have the answers or learn the answers. But if you look at the evidence that exists for you can kind of chalk up some reasonable conclusions and assumptions about a lot of it. So in the case of this Jabba's Palace diorama thing, there's pretty good evidence that it was going to be a HasLab, but and that speaks to how this is like a fluid thing. We know that Hasbro often plans things out way in advance. It used to be 18 months in advance. Now it's probably longer with production schedules and such. But it is fluid. Things change, even if you're like in the middle of like a campaign, if you're about to launch something, things change, right? So if it was going to be a HasLab at one point, then it wasn't. then they probably pulled the cord on it pretty late, and then you get into why. What are the reasons for that? Is it because the Book of Boba Fett wasn't quite as big and beloved as The Mandalorian? Is it because the Obi-Wan Kenobi series was coming? All kinds of possibilities to think about.
As a Star Wars fan, I ask this of most Star Wars fans that come on the channel, based purely on original trilogy movies. What did you think of Boba Fett?
The series, The Book of Boba Fett?
No, the original trilogy, episodes 4, 5, and 6. How did you feel about Boba Fett?
I always liked Boba
bounty
Fett.
hunter?
I always liked him, even in the 90s, when I was like a kid. I always thought he was a really cool design. I loved the figures. There wasn't, there was the mystery there. What did he really look like under the helmet? We didn't know at the time before the prequels.
Mhm.
He was just a mysterious, really cool character, and the figures were neat, and I really liked him.
Okay, good to know. I like to get the perspective from different people so that people watching don't think I'm biased, even though I am a little bit. But is there a Star Wars item in your collection that you haven't gotten yet, that's escaped you, that's like your grail?
Well, there's a few of those. Star Wars specifically, any brand, any company, anything.
Yeah, go for it. I feel like you have a few on deck.
So one thing that I missed out on, that I should have pulled the trigger on, but I just didn't, was the Hot Toys Tarkin. It looks amazing, and the figure by itself pushes $1,000 these days. So it's just something I'm probably never going to have unless they re-release it.
Mhm.
That is something that, if I could, I've been fortunate enough to be able to collect, what I really like and what is interesting to me. But that's one thing that I'd love to have that would probably be kind of difficult to obtain.
Damn. Hopefully there's a reissue coming at some point, but that new Vader, did you pre-order it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have to. I mean, it's 2 Vaders in one. You have battle damage that's swappable. I mean, I already have a Vader. He's hidden behind a giant sign, so I clearly don't need a second one, but I'm going to order it because it's Kenobi. It's Kenobi.
Yeah, for sure. I have the Empire one too, and it's cool, but it's not the Kenobi Vader. It's not like the split helmet Vader. So
it's not Anakin's face underneath Vader.
exactly.
Yeah. Was the show something you were looking forward to? Like, were you looking to see more of Kenobi's story that wasn't revealed up until that point? And how did it live up to your expectations?
I enjoyed it a lot. I did have very high expectations, and I can't say that about the Book of Boba Fett, the Mandalorian, because I just didn't. Mando was like a whole new thing, so there wasn't really a whole lot of expectation anybody had, and I think that's part of the reason it really took off. But Obi-Wan I did because the prequels. I was still growing up when those were coming out, and I have a lot of nostalgia for the prequels, and I love those characters. I love those actors, as they portrayed those characters, and I did have a lot of high expectation for Kenobi, and I liked it. I really did like it. I really loved it actually, but the biggest issue I have with this series is that is like the production feels a little small for a Star Wars series. It and the music is kind of generic. It's not memorable at all. And part of Star Wars is the music. That's part of the ingredients. Like A New Hope, you take away the soundtrack, it's not Star Wars. So I mean, Duel of the Fates, you take away the song, it's not the same. So I mean, I feel like that the music was one of the bigger disappointments I had with Kenobi. But the production was a big one. Just I know they use the volume for the Star Wars series, and it makes sense. But I feel like if there's one series you're going to splurge on and go a little bit above and beyond, this is the one it should have been, because this is the only one that ties in directly to the Skywalker saga. This is the only one that, has branched out from the prequels into the original trilogy.
Mhm.
Book of Boba Fett doesn't quite do that. Mando doesn't do that. Cassian Andor's probably not going to do that to the same extent. This would have been the one chance to do that, and I feel like they failed a little bit in that regard. But I still loved it, because I still thought it was fun.
It's kind of like the toys, right? It may not be perfect, but our love for it, we could see the positives and still enjoy those parts of it. And like you said, Kenobi is it's a main character in two main character of a huge character in two trilogies, right? So his story is not just a side story. That's not a side quest. Like he's there. Things are happening here that affect the future, tie into the future and in the past. So I think it was originally meant to be a movie. I don't know, maybe they had to bring it down a bit. So it feels like it could have been that spot that it would be like a feature film with Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen back again. So
Yeah. No, it definitely was designed as a film, and they just extended it out as a series, which is great. More to watch, but that didn't necessarily benefit the narrative or the story, necessarily.
it's Kenobi. It's my favorite character, so I'll rewatch it over and over.
Yeah, and Vader's my favorite character, so
Oh, we have
still enjoyed.
some beef right here before this stream. Do I need to get my lightsaber, or do you collect the lightsabers?
Some of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of people doing nice sabers. There's a lot to go through. Figure report, what's going on, Mikey? He says, did we start talking about sanctions in the Trade Federation? Did the trade talk start yet? Yeah, that's not what the kids were there for.
They weren't there for the taxation of trade routes.
We have to bring this in front of the Senate. Like, I don't even know how the Canadian government works now. Like, why would I learn it in a Star Wars?
The Senate doesn't even care. Like, oh, do you have proof? It's like,
Oh my God! Yes, Watto. Watto is greater than Kenobi. Oh my gosh, this guy.
We might have to do a poll on that one.
Do a YouTube poll. I know you've had a long day, and I don't know. Do you want to do like another 5, 10 minutes? Are you good with that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Stay on
And
for a bit?
while we're talking, I'll I'll go ahead and unbox my figure here.
Cobb Vanth. I think I have him.
Cobb Vanth.
What did you think when he showed up? Oh, mine's right there. When he showed up in Boba Fett's armor.
I loved it. I loved when he showed up in the Book of Boba Fett. And it gave dual meaning to the title. I think the title was From the Desert Comes a Stranger, or something like that. And when the episode starts, you see Cobb Vanth, so it's like, oh, that's who it's referring to. But then at the end, you realize, oh no, it's Cad Bane. It's both. So, but yeah, I was super excited to see him, and I hope he comes back in whatever the next phase of his story is.
As RoboCop. All right, let's see. Here's your Instagram here. And you can see you talking about all the things that you enjoy, things that you collect, all the many, many brands and lines that you collect. What can people look out for coming up on the channel?
This is pretty nice.
Oh, I think you were muted there.
Oh, sorry. What was the question?
Oh, it's all good. What can people look forward to or coming up on your channel?
So I have a video coming up in the next week or so regarding the Mattel Jurassic World Hammond collection. Just kind of like a little bit of a comprehensive look at that and how that's progressed. How does that compare to the Amber collection from a couple of years back, the 6.5-inch scale line? I have a social hour coming up tomorrow night, so that's our live stream, Cantina Social Hour. I will be on 6 Scale Cantina on Saturday night. I'll be a guest on their show. And I got a couple of Star Wars videos that are currently in the works. Yep, there's the Gennaro set right there on his toilet.
On his throne. On his
Yeah.
throne.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's
definitely some
super cool.
Yeah, definitely some stuff in the works. Recording an episode of Cantina Chatter podcast next week, and then the Vintage Collection podcast will be back in September. So always trying to find, I am very busy. I have a lot going on, but I always try and find room for the toys and try and find time for the channel because it is still something I'm very passionate about. Collecting is something that's really important to me. So I always want to have time to focus on that too. And here he is.
And make some time to open toys.
Exactly.
It's busy. I love all the variations of colors on him. He's awesome.
He's great, yeah. I don't know where I'm gonna put him, but he is great.
I have him instead of Boba Fett on my display.
Oh.
Because there isn't really one. Is the deluxe one? Oh, the deluxe one is starting to hit here in Canada. So, I'm not in a hurry, but I'll if I see it, I'll get it. But he's standing there instead of, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, because my big head's in the way. Right there.
Oh yeah.
Instead of Boba Fett. I was planning on meeting Fennec Shan, like it's her real name, Ming-Na Wen, at Fan Expo next month, and she just announced that she is unable to make it. So I'm
that's a
a
bummer.
little bummed for that, yeah. I love how they have pattern printed on the Space Daddy shirt.
Yeah, that's a good way to phrase it.
Awesome. Yeah, there's not much. Yeah, what else was there in that Cobb Vanth pack? Two blasters, I think?
Yeah, the 2 blasters. I got him. He's going to town. He's got both of them ready. He's got the helmet.
Right.
The Boba helmet, which, helmets are cool, but when a character has a removable helmet, I'm always a little hesitant to put them on because I don't want them to mess up the paint on the face.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been known on occasion to buy 2 of a figure just to have one with the helmet on and one with the helmet off. Don't know if I'll do that for this one, but yeah, he's got that. He's got the jetpack. Yeah, it's a cool figure.
I only recently, well, a few months now, got into the vintage collection, and I was surprised to find that the characters with the face swap was an entire head swap, not a helmet that goes on, that the whole thing comes off. Do you think that would benefit Black Series and, for someone like you, or probably other collectors out there who don't want the paint scratched on the faces, moving helmets on and off? And then, for some characters, the heads do look a little big when you put the helmet on.
Mm-hmm.
Just swap the whole thing out. I think that's a great system that Vintage Collection has.
It would be nice for sure. Interchangeable heads, I guess in some cases, though, you do lead to possibilities of the joint becoming loose if you keep doing it over and over. Yeah, it would save from having to buy 2 of them in some cases.
There you go. Those are the ones you got to get 2 of. All right. People in the chat are talking about canceling your trip to Toronto because of that. There's no Ming-Na Wen, but Paige O'Hara is going to be there. She's Belle from Beauty and the Beast, Mario.
That's cool.
Right? No Mulan, but still? Bell? Perfect. Perfect. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a chance to go follow Victoria's Cantina, Twitter, Instagram, website, YouTube. I think a lot of it is linked down in the description below. And thank you so much for stopping by, talking about your collecting, your collection, and like you said, you're not enough female collectors out there doing this kind of stuff. So your content is great, and just thank you for stopping by.
Of course. Thank you for the compliment, Kevin. And thanks for having me on the show. It's been a blast. Thanks to everybody in the chat who's been hanging out with us, and for your comments and questions. And, really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll have to get you on a social hour one of these days too.
Yeah, I'm down anytime. I'm going to hang out for a little bit and open the rest of my stuff, if that's cool. I know you got some stuff to do, but thank you so much for taking the time out. And I hope you had fun unboxing some toys.
Yes, it was definitely fun. I got to open my Cobb Banth, and now I get to put him on the shelf with the other figures. So cool.
Awesome. Cool. I'll chat with you later. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kevin. Thanks, everybody.
All right. It is just me. I suckered you all in with a really cool guest. You're here, and then now you're stuck with just me and some music. I'm kidding. How awesome was Victoria? I think what she's doing with toys, and she's doing it well. So I think it's really cool, and I'm glad she was able to stop by and talk about. It's always cool talking about Star Wars with people. After hours. This is when it gets weird. Enabler hour 4. No, all right. So yeah, we can do the roll call now. We're an hour in. Sheesh. Okay. Let's take this time out to thank the channel members and everyone. If you're not familiar with that, it is becoming a channel member here on YouTube. You get early access to some videos, exclusive behind the scenes content for stuff. You get emojis for in the chat. So when we're interacting with each other, or when I lose where my cursor is on my screen, you can use the different emojis to not troll me, but join in on the fun and really fluster me. But thank you for all the channel members who are here tonight, who are supporting the channel. I just want to give you a quick shout out. Marvel Kicks, that's Christine, Obi-Wan Chingones, Flyzone21, Robert Donatello, Jason Yang was here in the chat earlier, Legendary Poser, Albert Wong, High School Creations, Mike, what's going on? Mighty Most Jeff, Cerebral Deep, Kyle Wadaga, 796 Studios, Billy Moon, 80s Baby, Matt Logic, and of course, the Butter Army. All right, here we go. Time this. This is 50 names. Ready? Evil Diva, Bat Force Grumps, James Lawrence, Dragon Eye 69, Leave My Toys Alone, Star Marvel 76, Kenny C3, Bitter Troll, Quinn Calling, Thomas D, Jake Peterson, Buddy Sunday, Loki, D Blake Makes, The Geek Effect, Tom, Val A, Brings Toys to Work, Aiden Skate, Ringer Lose, Jurassic Jesse, Customs by Matthew, Aaron S, Mike Mon, Anna Lee, Figure Fan Nate, Kirby Kai, Cornelius, Matthew, Toy, Marks the Mark, Alexander Eagleson, Playing With Myself, Des RE Fan, Tech and Collect, Nathan's Toy Nation, Jason Low, Bearded Bills, Mastering Him, T, Belay, Dan, who reviews 1/6 Shooter, Blake Kwame, Red Sue, Yoga McCann, Nasser, Ridiculous, Art by Stefano, Iteration Dude, Inc., AI's Collectibles, Choice Chase, and Rich M. Thank you all for being a member of the Butter Nation. I appreciate you all. This is Man Cake. This is Man Cake right here. I've been waiting for this for a while. I didn't take it with me to the US because it felt silly bringing toys down to unbox. Not that silly, but silly. Faster. I can't go any. CJ says read all the names and then play it back at like 1.5 times so that it's faster. I could try to cut corners there. Now do it in a Borat voice. All right, so this is like a softish plastic, not that soft. So his arms aren't getting out. that much. But I mean, if you're just a cowboy and you're doing a draw like this, your arms are only going here, right? Nico Hodge, what's up, man? You saying man cake does not summon you, okay? Also, Grumps, if you're still here in the chat, your daughter not eating the entire beef patty, that's not on me, okay? And there are no health benefits to eating the crust, the border of your beef patty. So what's the big deal, people? Man cake comes with his generic rifle. Here's his loot, which is also his backpack with I really like this kind of clear plastic syrup that comes out here. This is awesome. What's up, Trevor? It's a scar, that's right. I prefer no crust. I prefer no bread if that was possible. There's a bottle of syrup. This is actually a really cool accessory. A faceplate that you can swap out. So it's a no hat. So he's still, this is his neck. It's a stack of pancakes. And, oh, that's hilarious. And you can put this face on. But what about his mustache? His mustache. So this is the clean-shaven, no hat version. He's got actually a piece of butter on top. But I wish this one had a mustache too. I don't know. Is the head removable? No, it's just neck and a faceplate, it looks like. This is a holster that you can unstrap and take out his 6-shooters, I guess. And they have a pattern here. Is this supposed to be a waffle pattern, or am I just assuming that because he is a stack of pancakes? The pants are textured like a lot of the Fortnite figures. Double jointed knee, double elbow, pinless, butt flap, upper butt flap. How many chins? He's all chin. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, where does the chin stop and the face start, you know? This looks like it's a separate piece, which is awesome. I don't know how I would go about taking it out. Oh, here you go. Do I need to heat this? Oh, no. That was easy. All right, now I have murdered him. I am not putting that cannon together. There you go. For everyone who's still watching right now, I don't know if you caught it earlier, but I mentioned the Legends team at SDCC. They were giving shout outs to YouTubers and people doing toy stuff every week, and they mentioned us and the enablers. So, you know, thank you all for being here and getting us on stage at SDCC, kind of, even though I couldn't make it. It would have been cool, but you are all a part of it. Headless man cake. Don't disassemble your figures. You're going to take forever putting them back together. First of all, no. Secondly, how dare you? Oh, he has ab crunch in there. Is it scented? No. All right, let me try something. Let me grab a head here. I don't have a head sculpt. I need my selfie series. All right, let's try. These are just the head sculpts that I still have on my desk. What do you think? I mean, this head sculpt looks good on anything, so. Let's see. Yeah, so today I went to Walmart to try and find the Purge Trooper. I couldn't find it. There's supposedly 6 in store, but they were gone. Well, they couldn't be found, so that was my day trying to get Walmart exclusives. Oof, what's going on? It says, what body would I put my own face on for the selfie series? Power Ranger. That seems kind of easy because I can get a Red Ranger. A Jedi would be cool. Was there a Spider-Man? Spider-Man's good. I think I like this. He's something of a Butterman himself. Luis says, who made that Willem Dafoe head? I don't know who sculpted it, but it was painted by the very talented Artman Customs on Instagram. He is known as Nico Hodge. Might still be in the chat. Might be crushing some Swedish fish right about now. All right, I'm not going to build that cannon because I don't feel like being laughed at tonight. Let's see. What did I have? Man cake? Losing my mind. Where did that figure go? Oh, here. This is the... Oh, yes, here you go. Nico says Orbis 22 sculpted it. Perfect. So this figure, the Jedi Fallen Order Purge Trooper, Electro Staff Purge Trooper, was purchased at Toys R Us. Where is my... Here you go. It was purchased at Toys R Us, and I got it during the filming of episode 3 of Hunting Around. And if this is your first time here on the channel, or if you haven't seen it before, I do a show where I go toy hunting with a friend inside of Toys R Us, and I've done 2 episodes so far. We just get to see everything that's on the shelf and talk about what these properties mean to us. So episode 3 is going to air Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, and here's a clip of it that I uploaded as a preview for Instagram. It should be up tomorrow. Let me know if you can hear it.
Well, I mean, like, if you look at Star Wars, the toy games are very ancient.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
What? What did you say? What?
I just never seen somebody actually imitate. Very good job.
You need to hang out with more Chinese people.
You know.
We're breaking down barriers.
Yeah.
The beauty
Yeah.
of multicultural. Right? Where else would you even see this? You know, you're all thinking it.
Yeah, you're all thinking. Yeah, don't even. No.
Is the audio even playing?
Well, I mean, like, if you look at Star Wars, the toy games are
Chat,
very ancient.
let me know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right.
But that is the clip with my friend Nigel. He's freaking hilarious, man. It blew out your eardrums? Okay, so you could hear it. Sorry, you were warned. Beautiful. Yeah, so I got this Purge Trooper on that episode. Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't even hear what was playing through on my end. But go watch it on Instagram with less deafening results. I got that. If you watch the episode tomorrow, you will see everything that I got. And I'll try to get to it next week on unboxing with the enablers. A lot of stuff came in actually, and there might even be a giveaway next week. So let everyone know. Tune in for a giveaway. It's It's going to be another crazy episode, fun episode, I think. We're going to talk about how to deal with Fan Expo at the end of next month, and how Toronto people can meet up if you would like to. Someone in the chat mentioned that Robo also built the cannon wrong, which makes me feel a lot better. Here are 2 pieces from the cannon. I'm going to put those together. So yeah, if Robo can mess it up. Oh shoot, I have to put this back together. Let's see. Bandana. Wait, I wanted to see if this comes off. I'll probably have to pop the... Alright, chat, what do you think? Should I pop the arms out? Like, heat up the arms, pop them out, take the bandolier, and put it on like a topless Mix-Max body? And he'll be like a Butter Rambo? That was easy, Marcus. What's up, Dario? Just got home from my first day back to work. Gonna cast a replay. Oh, congratulations, man. I got to hang out with Dario. Shoot, I forgot the scarf. Arrgh, I had it too. I got to hang out with Dario. Damn, why did that have to happen? Got to hang out with Dario down in New Jersey. Did some toy hunting, and didn't find anything crazy, but it was just a heck of a good time. Because if you're familiar with Dario from the Chat Migos, like, he always keeps it real on the show. Everything he brings to their lives is fantastic. And I just like his perspective on things, and so we got to chill for a couple hours, and it was just super cool, man. So SDCC, but hanging out with Dario and toy hunting, that's like up here. Oh, Nico says you can't pop the arms out, but you can slide off the butter bandolier with heat. All right. I'll buy another one and check it out. Oh, anonymous dude, what's going on? Matt Logic. I guess I got to get more. What do you think, chat? Dope or no? Let me know. And if you have the emojis, use them. He's got the spurs on the back of his boots. No, it's not a severed head. It's, this on the bandolier? Yeah, it is. Probably like somebody who double-crossed him from the Butter Nation. Let that be a subtle threat to... No. That's terrible. It's cool, man. Like, there's a lot of detail on this. This thing is sweet. Oh, I dropped it. It's on Amazon Canada right now. That's where I got it from. I think US was sold out for a little bit on Amazon. A little bit pricier. Like, I don't know. You don't really need that cannon, do you? But I'm not familiar with the character, so what do I know? Does he use it in the game? Is that like a special? Yeah, Butter Bandit Gang. Butter Gang. I mean, that's who you all are, Butter Gang. Butter Gang, and then Nico's got the Swedish Fish Gang. I don't know what it is about America. There were Swedish fish everywhere. I don't know why. I don't know if it's... What's that thing we talked about on Tuesday? That, like, once you learn something, you feel like you see it all the time, or you become aware of something. I just kept seeing Swedish fish everywhere. I was in a comic shop. They had a bin selling them individually wrapped. They had other snacks. It wasn't just like comics and a fish or a thing of fish, but they had individually wrapped ones. And then when I was at the Franklin Institute, I bought some as a snack, and that box was not full. Swedish fish, I don't know. It's kind of a ripoff. I'm down to hang out for a little bit longer. Shout outs to everyone who's in here tonight. Victoria's Cantina was super fun, and had a great chat with her. But she got some stuff to do, and stop by for a bit. That's cool. And just gonna hang out with the rest of you for a little while longer. And don't forget to check out Toy Migos later tonight. I assume they're on. They're always on. New Jersey is huge. It's bigger than California. It took me forever to get out of there. And New York too. You barely see Swedish fish in Hawaii. It's not a popular snack here. Oh yeah, the Swedish fish, is it Ghost? Ghost energy drink is so good. They have Sour Patch Kids watermelon. Dude, like, I'm not sponsored, but go buy that if you're in the US. They don't have it here in Canada, but go buy it. It's freaking awesome. Am I putting the staff together correctly? What did I do at the Franklin Institute? There's a giant heart that you can climb into. I don't know why. I assume because I'm climbing into this giant structure that there was a slide on the other end of it, like for children. So I'm walking through and they're like, you're in the aortic valve or something like that. I'm like, where's the slide? My daughter is like, there's no slide. It's just stairs. And I was disappointed, and the 6-year-old was like giving me a reality check. What's up, Sam Rock? Oh, Dario's gonna be on tonight's show. Dope. Go check out Toy Migos after if you're not already following. Did I open the second micro toy box thingy? I did not, because I plan on doing a separate video for it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, these are micro toy box by Super Impulse, and they make the world's smallest toys. So like world's smallest G.I. Joe or He-Man, Monopoly, things, and they actually work, all those little toys too. So they make those, and they did like a five toy blind box thing. These are 1/12 scale. I opened it on Tuesday on my State of the Butter Nation stream when I wait in the car for my daughter to finish her class. I can show it off here. Here's the second one. Here's the second one, and there's actually a G.I. Joe inside. This is the one that I already opened. Should I just do it now? Do you want to see it now? I know California is way bigger. It is a joke. SoCal is bigger. Yeah, I think so. Maybe that's why I thought there's a slide inside. They do have kid things with slides sometimes. It's a giant heart. Okay, here's why it's also misleading. There are arteries, like big arteries on the ground that are actually for children to crawl through. So, that gave me the impression that this was like a playground type deal, not actually educational and going through the, 4 chambers of the heart and recirculating air from the lungs and all this. I'm like, where's the slide? So there was a crawling thing outside. Imagine being a kid and you're crawling through. You're like, oh, this is dope. I get to crawl through an artery and I'm going to get to the giant heart. That thing is going to be so much fun. There's going to be like mirrors, funhouse style, the wobbly bridge, big slide at the end. That's the big payout. Nothing. I bought these. I've been looking at these for a while in Canada. I haven't seen them yet, but when I was in the US, in the last of the 5 Targets that I went to, they had this. Yoko, do you want this? I don't care about this. It is a My Little Horse. There's actually a window. You can open the flap. It's taped up. You can take the little horse out. It's My Little Sebastian. the container itself, they market it as a toy bin, so you can put your loose figures in there, and then you can actually stack them. Well, I don't know, I use this thing. I got a Hot Wheel with a car inside, a Hot Wheel carrying case, a small version of a pony, and this phone thing. Apparently, when I was doing the live on Tuesday, I was showing this, and my wife was watching from home, and my son's like, "Hey, that's my car phone." I'm like, no, it ain't. Mine, son. So these are $5.99, $6.99 at Target. I think the upside is that these are actual toy licenses in 1/12 scale, whereas the mini brands are Barbie scale, and a lot of the brands that they had weren't the most popular toys that you had, or the best food brands. I don't know if anyone cared for those, but for people who are into photography, toy photography, I'd say a majority of people doing that are 1/12 scale, also 1/18 scale. So the Barbie scaled ones are too big. So if you can get these, get these. This is Series 1. There's 50 to collect by Super Impulse. Check out Target. They have Power Rangers, actual board games, Uno, Monopoly, Pictionary, G.I. Joe, like you saw in the other pack. Transformers here. That looks like Starscream. I'm learning. And that yellow one is obviously Gumball. Sorry, I'm just catching up with some of the chat here. The horse is not a vehicle. Did they have an arcade version of the reproductive system? Did Benjamin Franklin have anything to do with the reproductive system other than using it? Did he have anything to do with the heart? Like, is everything in the Franklin Institute related to scientific contributions from Benjamin Franklin? Mario just wants Yoko to save her and joy. Oh, Yoko's got something to open for next week. I sent her a birthday gift. Mario's got some stuff to open. Yeah, you can have the horse, Yoko. It's yours. So yeah, we're talking about Benjamin Franklin, and and the whole time I was thinking about when on The Office, when they were supposed to hire a male stripper for the office, and then Jim hired a Benjamin Franklin impersonator, who normally people hire to, I guess, educate children. So we watched this whole thing, and we did the whole Franklin Institute, and then afterwards I showed my wife the clip from The Office. We were watching it, and and he's like, Benjamin Franklin wasn't actually a president. And my wife remembered that I mentioned that while we were there. And she's like, is this where you learned it from? Like, yeah, obviously. It's like that article that some kid learned how to perform CPR on someone because of The Office when they were doing, when they were singing Staying Alive and they were doing the CPR episode. So mine is the exact same situation as the kid who learned CPR from the show. Benjamin Frankenstein? Oh, you know what? I have something I really want to open. Oh God, chipped on my... So my kids, for whatever... Well, not for whatever reason. They started getting into Pokemon. And I think it's fun because now my son and daughter have something that they really seem to have bonded over. There's less fighting. There's still some fighting. Like, that's my card. And where did you put my cards? And usually fights about cards. But the cool thing is I get to buy toys that I had no reason to buy before, but now I can check it out. And it's tough because as a guy who used to collect a lot of trading cards and buying packs, I'm like, I want to buy them all the packs all the time. Like I feel like I'm getting that dopamine kick when I buy a pack for them and open. And it's bad because even sometimes when they don't deserve it, I'm just like, I want to buy them something. Maybe I'll just buy it and put it off to the side. But as a result, I saw like one Target had these at regular price for like $22. But one of the ones I went to had them on clearance, which is cool because this is $7. Was $20, now $6. This is the line of the hyper articulated Pokemon by Jax Pacific. Jazzwares, sorry. That's why I can't find any. I keep searching Jax Pacific, but it's Jazzwares. So I have no idea what a Rayquaza is. He gives me like Shenron vibes from Dragon Ball, so that's why I wanted it. It's $6, can't go wrong. Also in this wave are Charizard, Greninja, and Lucario? No, not Lucario. Lucario's in the other wave that wasn't on sale. Articuno. It's hard having a 3-year-old who's learning Pokemon. Rayquaza? What did I say? I've never watched episode of Pokemon. So, you know, it's hard to distinguish when a 3-year-old is not pronouncing something properly or just saying a Pokemon's name. My daughter can tell you every evolution of an Eevee, but can't remember what I need her to do in the morning when she wakes up. So, you know, I did convince her that Enrique Iglesion is an evolution of Eevee, but she's learned how to use the Google to search. So anyway, I wanted to check these out because they say they're hyper articulated. They look like cool little creatures. And of course, they're $6. So it's a Rayquaza. What is it? Rayquaza? Damn it. Rayquaza. The hell do I know? Look, and if they suck, I'll just give them to the kids, right? And I'm just trying to get rich off some Pokemon cards. Yeah, dude, Torrentsu, he said everything in the US has the best clearances. Everything that I bought for myself this trip was either clearance or on sale. Clearance, Ian Malcolm. These two were clearance. I found 3 Eternals from GameStop that were clearance. They were less than $5 each. The T-Rex, someone sat on the box, so I got 15% off. I found a second one for DK. He's paying full price because I didn't get a discount on that. And I found a NECA Goliath. Rayquaza. Ryan says, I'm hitting targets on Sunday. There you go. Where are you headed to? Ryan, from another Canadian collector from the YHS podcast. He'll be on the second week of Unboxing Thursdays. This table is a mess. First week, obviously, with the enablers. Second week, Ryan. And then the Thursday that the enablers are here is the 4th Thursday. I don't know if... Are we doing a live from the murder house, Yoko? But next week, there will be giveaways. So, I don't know, should I do a channel member giveaway or should I do Rayquaza the chef? Man, I'm just excited for tomorrow's episode of Hunting. I'm kind of bummed because the audio's not great. If you're watching tomorrow, let me warn you now, just have your thumb on the volume button on the side of your phone or on your TV remote, laptop, whatever it may be, because my mic crapped out that day. There's no stand? Oh, there is. There's no base? Oh, there is. So yeah, my mic crapped out that day, and the audio that I'm using is the in-camera mic on one of my cameras. So it's like really distant and echoey, but you know, it is what it is. I made do with it. Do both. I'll contribute. Oh, okay. No, you don't have to contribute anything. Dario, man, you're the nicest dude. We went out for tacos, and Dario treated me to some tacos. That was awesome. Thank you. And what does this mean? Can? Why is there emphasis on can? We can just stream from McDonald's. That's the popular thing, right? Okay, this is the Pokemon version of Shenron. I mean, I don't know what I expected. Highly articulated. And my daughter will be like, what's your favorite type of Pokemon? I'm like, I don't know. There are all these like elements and things. Like poison. Poison a thing? I have to get Zapdos? Am I saying these names wrong? Jersey doesn't get enough respect. I mean, I don't know. Is that true? Dario? All right, one rotating tail here. This piece doesn't move. That doesn't move. That doesn't move. Yo, this is highly articulated. Are you kidding me? This whole curve doesn't curve? Oh, it does. I'm just weak. I've never handled Jazzwares. All right, they all move. All right, that's pretty awesome. What's everyone's favorite Pokemon? I don't know if I have one. Munchlax? Is that a thing? My son keeps calling me that. Is there a reason he's calling me Munchlax? $6. Can't go wrong, right? And if I didn't like it, just throw it to one of the kids. To, not at. It's not a cat. You know what I mean, Yoko? You know what I mean? Because you throw cats. Yes, that's a real Pokemon. Why is he calling me Munchlax though? That's North Jersey. It's different from the rest of Jersey, so you have to mention where you went. They stereotype Jersey with the Jersey Shore people. Rayquaza. What did I say? Good for $6, right? So should I open the other one? I'll open the other one too. Let's look at this thing first. I opened it earlier. Electro Staff Purge Trooper. I grabbed it because, you know, there are lots of Purge Troopers in Kenobi. These designs are a little bit different from Kenobi looks because they are Jedi Fallen Order. There's a lot of range here, but no. Sorry, Mario. Psyduck. I know Psyduck. But yeah, no ankle rockers. He's got a trigger finger as a trooper who holds a staff, but I like these racing stripes that he has. Is that South Jersey all day? Is that like when people are from the south side of Chicago, they always have to specify South side? Psyduck does rule. Pokemon Beyond Diamond and Pearl. What's up, RG? I honestly don't know why I never got into Pokemon. Maybe I thought I was too cool, which is ironic because I wasn't cool at all. But you know, I just didn't find it interesting. And even now, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll download some mobile games for my kids to play. And I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. So, you know, I'm trying. But the kids have something to play with and they enjoy it. So, you know, I'm happy for that. And I get to buy cards. Cards again. Super happy. Machamp and you gotta make... Shoot, I shouldn't have told you guys I don't know Pokemon. Because now you're just gonna keep saying fake names and making me say it. Like this. Where's Marcus? Machamp and Machoke were cool. What did they evolve into? Majunk? Hey, look, there's a Pokemon named Majunk. And I'm just gonna start saying it. Torrentsu was the Digimon guy. I was at this comic shop in PA. Cyborg 1, I think. They had a Yu-Gi-Oh deck in a display case, brand new, for $500 US. I remember when I was working at a comic shop and those were out, selling those all day long. And now if that sells for $500 a pack, holy crap, man. Is a little dude, what's the little orange one with the skull mask? Mascarpone? Somebody knows what I'm talking about. I am afraid to get... I'm not afraid to get enabled. I am enabled. I'm buying these for myself. I just didn't have a reason to before. These are fake, for sure. Pokemon Mage. Please don't say... Yeah, it's a Pokemon, Majunk. Oh, RG says Cyborg was 10 minutes from it. It's like that little shop. There's like a little video game store around the corner, right? I do not want to see that evolve. You don't want to see Majunk evolve? Alright, I need someone to draw a Majunk Pokemon as an evolution from whatever Marcus you said. Isn't there one that has a mask? Bone mask? That starts with an M? And he's orange? It's definitely Mascarpone. Majunk. Alright, I'm gonna open this other dude. And if it's not cool, I kind of want the Charizard. It's regular price here in Canada. I don't know how I feel about paying regular price after paying $6 for each of these. Oh, they all come with stands. That's cool. This stand, the thing already fell apart. Majunk is a phallic Pokemon. Certainly Adam's favorite. All right, it's good to know that a stream by myself can turn into hour 5 of Enablers style. What's this guy's name? Oh, this is Greninja. Is he a ninja? Mascarpone is like a... It's not a cheese. It's like a filling that you get in cannolis, I think. Hey, what's up, 78? Machungus is the 5th Majunk, and then Majunk evolves into Monads. Oh my god, these joints are so small. This elbow joint, I already see a little bit of stress inside the elbow joint, like it's whiting. Yeah. What is this, dude? Is this a scarf? Or is this a tongue? Where did these even come from? Okay, these little, what are these things that go in his hand? All you Pokemon masters, trainers, experts. Toy Box of Doom, what's going on? Says, I was kind of bummed with that Greninja figure. I was hoping he could stand up and pose better without a stand, but his ankles are horrible. Yeah, I mean, he's not standing on these. Look at those ankles, and he's on like snowshoes. That's not gonna work. Where's the stand supposed to go? I guess in his back peg? Is he a ninja? Are these ninja stars then? Are these his shuriken? Either way. Does he do ninja-like things? Oh, I mean, that looks pretty cool. Again, $6. How can you go wrong? So these are jazz wares. Should I get Charizard? Yo, okay, we already have 2 enabler Pokemons, Majunk and Yeet Kitty. No way. Yeet Kitty. Oh, shoutouts to Noswep for the follow over on Twitch. Man Mountain, I'm hella late on this, says I sound like Gru. This is his tongue? Oh my gosh. Bruce Willis, Shaq, Paul Rudd, Queen Latifah, Bon Jovi, all hail from Jersey. Okay. You know, that's cool. Putting some respect on Jersey's name here. Greninja is no good. Where's the unhinged? Oh, we need an hour 5 or hour 4 emoji. What would that look like, chat? Like a clock? Or like a digital clock that says hour 4? Greninja is the dopest Pokemon? I don't know, sure. What type is Yeet Kitty? It's a ball Pokemon. You're supposed to dunk it. Yeet Kitty. Also, I don't know who pointed it out, but they said that the new MCU Namor is Mario. Now, I don't know what that's about. Does it look like Mario? Does the figure look like Mario? Does the character look like Mario? I thought it was pretty funny, though. Is air type a thing for Yeet Kitty? Yeah, there's air type Pokemon, isn't there? Am I making it up? All right, now if I paid $35 for this, I would probably be very unhappy with it. $7 US, $6 US. It seems about right. I know people have said that Charizard is like one of the dopest Pokemon toys. A, the hell do I know? And B, you know, maybe I'll try it out if I find it for $6 one day. Until then, Raekwon here and Greninja are really good for $12 combined. Also, I didn't have any coupons on my Circle app. It's a ghost type after being yeeted. Yes. Majunk emoji for hour 5. Mario is drunk 30. Absolutely, I love that. Neymario. Yeah, I was getting to that. So we have a new Neymario. We basically just had to find some concept art for MCU Namor, and then just Photoshop in Mario's face on it, and then just be like, "Hey, are you from Atlantis too?" But apparently he's not. It's not Atlantis, right? Yes, that's right. Drunk 30. Yeah, absolutely. Am I getting the figure arts of Venom? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. If I buy any more figure arts, it's going to be Star Wars, I think. The import stuff, I kind of have to slow down on. I was saying earlier when Victoria was still on that after this, I gotta go clean out some stuff. I have a lot of stuff I need to sell, and also I've realized that if the enablers were to come over when they visit and they're in town, nobody would fit in this room. Like, I'd have to leave the room for them to come in one at a time, because it's kind of gotten crazy. Maybe, the beginning of the year, I was like, I'll only open 3 toys per episode and really enjoy what I have. And then now I'm like, maybe I'll open 10 because I am not making any progress here. Or just get rid of some of these extra figures. Like, I gotta stop army building. There's nothing wrong with army building. For all the army builders out there, props to you to either have the display space for it, or if you're doing toy photography and you're just doing like a sick fight scene with a bunch of ninjas or putties or something like that. If you're doing that with the figures, respect. I'm not. I still think I do, but I don't. And I still collect like I do, but I don't. So I should stop army building. And I say that as I just bought 2 of the Red Turtle Ranger 2-packs so that I can get extra Foot Soldier Tommies. I should go return those. If anyone in Toronto needs an extra set on the low, let me know before I return it, because it's a really good price. I don't know if I need extras. If you need a Red Turtle Ranger, let's make a deal. Excuse me, sorry. Loki says, I'm a Photoshop name Mario as Namor. Blastoise. That guy's got the cannons, right? He's cool. I think Majunk is going to be my favorite Pokemon. Although I really shouldn't be saying that, in case my kids somehow watch this. Yeah, the kids were hanging out. I was just happy to visit my cousins because I haven't seen them in person in 3 years because of COVID, travel restrictions to and from US out of Canada were incredibly troubling. So my kids who were like 3 and 6, the last time they saw their cousins, they were super young. So now, the girls were hanging out, and my niece is a little bit older, and she's like, "You have a YouTube?" my daughter is like, yeah, he's toying around. And then she's like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go watch your stream. I'm like, do not watch the streams. So maybe I gotta tone down on the Majunk Pokemon stuff. It's like that janitor's closet Elaine used to get food delivered to. Yeah, there's no space. There's no reason for more than one person to be in here. Hey, Mario is from Atlanta and works at Wingstop. Oh, Collectin' Grid. This looks like a new name in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. Says I'm in the same boat as you. Got to get rid of a lot of stuff. There's doubles. There's things that I thought looked cool that I never got to opening. Things that, I don't know, taste change and I don't really need it anymore. So I should sell stuff. And I can use the money to buy new stuff and the space to store new things. So, you know, might as well get on it. All I heard was beef against... yo, I didn't have any beef. That's the first thing out of my mouth was... I have no beef with army building. Is Kev bring video booth from the 90s? Video booth? What do you mean? McClunky. Yo, Johnny number 5. Are you late? Just a little bit. You know, it's about to wrap it up soon. Our guest left a little bit early, but it was I enjoyed her time here. Hope you can catch the replay. Shout outs to everyone who watches on the replay crew. That means a lot, man. That I know last week Mario got fooled and started typing in the chat. But you know, I do that too because I think when you're so used to the lives and you're so used to interacting with the chat, that your natural instinct is to just go type something funny in the chat or say what's up to people, and then you know you get that brief moment where you're like, oh shoot, this is a replay. But if you still watch on the replay, thank you so much. Keeps these videos in rotation. Thank you. Yeah, I mean stuff like this is not gonna fly with kids. Collecting Grid says long time lurker, first time chatter. Hey man, thank you for hopping in and getting to know everyone in the chat. Ryan says, I need to Marie Kondo my collection this summer. Dude, it's the end of July. This summer. I mean, it's almost done. Much Music video booth. Oh, that's right. They had the thing in front of Much Music. Yeah. You're on a real... Were you in the chat talking... Were you on Discord talking about Wonderland? All right, just posted a link for Discord, Speaker's Corner. Posted a link for Discord if people want to join the Discord, the Enablers Discord, where we talk about all types of toys, new releases, toy photography, just anything anything that comes to mind, questions, things like that. Join the Enablers Discord. A lot of fantastic people in there. It's a lot of fun. If you are, you know, if sometimes you don't have someone to talk to about toys in your life, join the Enabler Discord. Oh, thank you. Anonymous Dude says, Collection Grid, welcome. This is one of the best toy shows on YouTube. I appreciate that comment. I think I'm going to wrap it up in about 5 minutes. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. Why is my unbox cam just a mouse? It's like I'm gaming and I'm proving that I'm not using hacks, and this is my hand cam. All right, so I unboxed Man Cake. Dope, definite dope from me. Are you getting one? Let me know. Chock full of delicious accessories. Maple syrup bottle. Scar. Otherwise, vintage collection, Electro Staff Purge Trooper. Pretty cool little dude. Soft goods at the bottom. Nice little racing stripes for speed. 2 Pokemon, Rayquan and Greninja. And of course, Friday, which is tomorrow night here on the channel, here on YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern, there's going to be a Hunting Around episode 3 is going to be released or dropped. So I hope you can tune in. I like to do it premiere style because much like what we're doing here, you can talk to each other in the chat. And yeah, again, just I apologize in advance. Just have your fingers on the volume. You might have to make some adjustments, but the value of the content, I think, is worth it. I'll post some more clips tomorrow to remind people that it's on. If you know, episodes 1 and 2 are up now already here on the channel. You can go to, there's a playlist. I think it's here on YouTube or here, who knows? Just check the playlist here on the channel for Hunting Around. There's going to be some time you can catch up on episodes 1 with Jason Lowe. And Jason, if you're watching this, I hope you're recovering speedily from your surgery. And episode 2, Jason Lapidus. Another Jason, also entertaining, and I had a lot of fun doing those. Had a lot of fun with Nigel for episode 3, filming episode 4 soon. Episode 5 will be filmed in August, which will be The Enablers. So looking forward to that. And it's hopefully this is something that catches on and people continue to enjoy, to enjoy watching, because I do enjoy making it. It's a lot of fun. The whole process of it too, not just talking with people, but like editing and piecing things together. Just trying to make like everything on the channel, just growing everything. So hopefully, just putting it out there, people watching it, enjoying it. Hopefully it's something that y'all like. Val A, I'll get a man cake and rename it the Butter Baron. Heck yeah. I'm gonna go heat this up and see if I can remove the butter bandolier. MTV watered down much music. YouTube, what I mean, like all those specialty channels all changed their themes and pivoted to something else. Luis says, happy to finally be on time to interact with the chat. That's probably the best part of all this. You know, just friends hanging out, ribbing on each other, and building modocs and whatnot. All right, I'm just catching up with the chat, and then I'm going to say goodnight to you all after that. Let's see. See y'all at the Tim Hortons parking lot. I'll bring the soccer ball, and then we'll go play some jits after. When is Boba Squadron returning? I miss it too. Yeah, when is Boba Squadron returning? You know, Ernie's got some stuff. Paul's got some stuff. I have baseball playoffs coming up. So if we record, I don't have much time to edit everything. If we do it, like, it's got to be a tight 1 hour, no edits, and then I'll post it and it'll be good. I'm down to do that. If not, Andor is coming back in August. So if you can hold out till August, let's reconvene there. If not, if there's time, we'll, you know, I'll message the group chat. Yoko says, that's not likely. We do like to talk because at the core of it, it's really like 4 friends just sitting down, chatting and catching up and hanging out. And like, oh, there's Star Wars. Let's talk about that. But then I got these cool toys. I want to hold it up and I want to talk about it. And I want to show you, friends. But then I'm like, yo, how am I going to edit this for an audio podcast? So it is four friends hanging out, and it drives me nuts in the sense that like people want to just listen to us talk. Like I thought we were just chilling. But apparently ate and skate, and a lot of people out there enjoy it. So it's like, yeah, we'll keep doing it, but sometimes we get sidetracked with things that we want to bring up, you know, and it's not a bad thing because we're all in 4 different spots. It's just great to hang out and catch up. But I'm like a delayed pre-order. How dare you? One live summer special, then return. Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's do a summer special. August is huge. Yo, let's talk about this for a second before we leave. House of Dragons, Andor, She-Hulk, okay? Rings of Power, which is the Amazon Prime Lord of the Rings show. I really enjoyed the first few seasons of Game of Thrones. I'm caught up on the books. The end of the show was so like a prequel show for me doesn't hold as much weight as more Lord of the Rings live action. So Rings of Power, Ring of Power, Rings of Power, ring singular, one ring to, yeah, that's the one I'm most excited for. But there's a lot of good content. Thank you, Aiden Skate. But yeah, so tomorrow night, I hope to see you all back here at 8 o'clock. It's like 20-25 minutes. We can hang out for a little bit. And then if you want to take it over to the Discord after, you can do it there. That's tomorrow night. Next week on Thursday is Unboxing Thursdays, episode 112 with the Enablers. And make sure you're tuned in. I hope you all had a good time tonight. Don't forget the photo challenge, summer vacation. You can find more details on the Enablers Instagram account. But if you want, you can post some photos or ask for help or posing or bounce ideas off people on the Discord. It's a great time. What else have we got going on? There will be a giveaway next week on Thursday for sure. And most importantly, I hope you're having fun with toys. SDCC is over. Is there more stuff coming out? We'll see. Oh, I did a video interview with Brian Flynn from Super 7 talking about Super 7 SDCC products and exclusives that were coming out and upcoming Super 7 stuff. And if you haven't seen it yet, he confirmed something big that I'm really excited about. That just watch it. Appreciate you. It's 11:21 East Coast. The Toy Migos are on right now. Please, Butter Raid, head on over there. Ryan, thank you for the compliment. Ryan will be on August 11th, the second Thursday of August. So thank you for being here. Again, Butter Raid, Toy Migos. Go show some love. Have a great night, everyone, and keep toying around. Thank you for being here. Thank you for Victoria's Cantina for being here. If you watch the replay later, appreciate you. Peace.